Some promises aren't shouted from the rooftops. They're whispered in the silence of a bad day. And somehow, those quiet promises are the ones that change everything. Meet Walter, an ordinary person with big dreams, but stuck in the routine of life. Days feel repetitive, mornings are a struggle, and the world seems to move faster than he can catch. Friends tell him he's lacking motivation. Social media is full of people succeeding instantly, and Walter begins to question himself. One evening, after a particularly rough day, a rejected job interview, a creative project that went unnoticed, he sits alone, exhausted. In that quiet moment, Walter makes a small, almost invisible promise. I will show up. Every single day, no matter what. It's a promise whispered to himself, unseen by anyone else. And at the time, it feels meaningless. At first, keeping that promise feels impossible. Some mornings, Walter drags himself out of bed for a 30-minute run, his body screaming stop. Some nights, he sits alone with his notebook, his craft, or his skills, wondering if anyone will ever notice or if it even matters. He watches friends posting online about instant successes and wonders. Am I wasting my time? Doubts creep in. Fear whispers. You're too late. Others are better. You'll never catch up. Then, something happens. One day, at a casual meet, a former colleague, someone Walter hasn't spoken to in months, says quietly, "You know, I've been watching what you've been doing. I'm impressed by your consistency." It hits Walter like a wave. All those mornings nobody saw, all those nights spent alone, they weren't wasted. The promise he made wasn't for recognition. It was for himself. And that's the turning point. Walter realizes that change isn't loud. It doesn't happen in a viral post or an overnight breakthrough. Real change happens quietly, steadily, day by day, step by step. Months go by, Walter keeps showing up. Every small action compounds. The runs turn into endurance, the study sessions turn into expertise, and the rejected projects turn into opportunities that finally stick. Eventually, Walter lands a dream project. Colleagues admire his skill. Friends notice his growth, but he doesn't boast. He doesn't post an announcement online. Why? Because the transformation wasn't about them. It was about the promise he quietly made to himself. The person who once doubted if his efforts mattered now stands confident, not because of recognition, but because of discipline, perseverance, and integrity. The quiet promise shaped him. Not fame, not validation, not luck, but the simple, persistent act of showing up every day, even when no one was watching. Here's the truth. Motivation comes and goes. Inspiration can be fleeting, but discipline lasts. The promises you make to yourself, quiet, unseen, persistent, are what truly define your future. They are the foundation of every great accomplishment. Don't wait for applause. Don't wait for someone to tell you you're doing well. Start small. Start today. Show up consistently. Even when it's hard. Even when it feels invisible. Because your quiet promise is more powerful than any viral moment, any shortcut, or any external recognition. The secret to a transformed life isn't in what the world sees. It's in the promises you keep to yourself. So tonight, make a promise to yourself. It doesn't need to be loud. It doesn't need an audience. Just say it. Just commit, and then show up. Every day, because in that quiet, your life will change.